after that, you are going to have to take also health. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's topic, we'll be talking about who is eligible to do geriatric nursing in Germany. You know, or the elderly care nursing, or what we call in German Ausbildung. Because I cannot answer all the questions individually, I've decided to make a short video in order to give a clarification. Maybe this part 1 and then the other parts will be following. Please, if you have a question on anything that you don't understand, you can keep your question on the comment section below. So guys, we are going right into the video. So who can do this Ausbildung? That is the question. Some people will ask, I didn't go to school in Africa, I'm not really literate, or I studied something else, can I still do this thing? Yes, you can. That is the good thing. Everybody that is literate, everybody that has at least a secondary school education background or high school, yes, let me take from my country, like if you have your advanced level or even secondary school certificate, maybe you will do the training for a longer period. So I just want to give some few points what makes you ready for it. So guys, the first thing that you need to have is, first of all, having your work permit. If you have a work permit to work in Germany, you are good to go. That's the first thing. You know, some people don't have a resident permit yet, but that's no problem. If you have a work permit, it's a good thing to go. After acquiring a work permit, you look for, because normally when this thing is like a vocational training, it's not like in other countries that you need to go to the university to do the nursing. No, it's a vocational training, and you are still going to take the 3 years that you do the degrees and all this thing as you do the nursing. Like for example, in countries like America, or you will do your degree, it's like a degree something, but yet you are doing it as a vocational training, which is called the Ausbildung. And now January 1st 2020, things change. At first, it used to be like the geriatric nursing for elderly people. They will have their own schools, they're doing their own training different. Nurses who work in the hospitals, they do their own training different. Nurses who care for children, they do their own different. And but now, or as from, I said January 1st 2020, everything was combined, and they do it now. They call it I just say it as they say it in German, Generalistic Ausbildung. All these things are merged together and you sit in the same class. So if you want to become a nurse, you just, as you will do every registration, you will sit in the same class, and in the 3rd year of your training, you can decide to choose if you want to be a nurse in the hospital, elderly care nurse, pediatric nurse, or a nurse that takes care of children without working in a medical facility, you know. So they call it Ausbildung für Pflegefachmann oder Pflegefachfrau. It's same like the Swiss people. That's how they call their people. Pflegefachmann, Pflegefachfrau. That means a woman nurse, female nurse, male nurse. Yeah. So guys, I just go straight to the point so that I will not waste much of your time. So guys, after having your work permit, I just choose the people who don't have resident permit. If you don't have a resident permit, maybe you are seeking asylum, and sometimes you go to the foreign offices and they will tell you, we cannot issue a work permit without seeing a work contract. That is no problem. You have no problem. You are covered. You simply go to where you want to work, because normally when you are doing this training, you need to have a hospital, a normal clinic. You need to have an elderly home. You need to have maybe I don't know, like a kindergarten. Yeah, you need to have this care that we do at home. We call it ambulance care. So you look for those places. Maybe there's also some that is private, that you can care for somebody private, but you can't do the private work, caring for somebody privately at home and do the training. So it's not allowed. You go to any of these places. You can search on Google. You can search on magazines. So you get a place, you apply, you can give a call, you say, this is what I'm interested in. I'm interested to do this training and I don't have a place to do my practicals. You'll be invited normally, because it's something that it's needed very, very highly. There's no delay in this thing. You'll be invited, you'll be interviewed. It's not like they're doing the job interview really. They will just want to know how, some people will want to just tell you, come next week and start, if they really lack workers in that month. But some people will just want to maybe talk on the phone with you, know your interest, especially if you don't have a resident permit. We are talking about people without resident permit. So you'll be called up, you do the necessary things with the people, and if they can even give you a contract, temporary contract, to do the practicals, like that. We have given you a chance to do practicals with us, and you carry, because you are going to tell them, this is what I need to get the permit. Most of these people are aware that there's a difficulty in the foreign office. They usually need a contract, so they do a temporary contract for you. You take this contract and then you get a work permit. When you get your work permit, now you have two papers, you have two things, and so you have to join those who have resident permit. So we move from there. You have to make a police report, and it's called in Germany the Polizeizeugnis. You do it from your local council where you live. And then you get a school around where you live, because there are some training centers. I don't know if it's possible. I'm going to put some links of those training centers that I know. Or by asking those people that gave you a place to work, the practicals. You tell them, I'm interested, I don't have a school. Most often they have schools that they are working with. Schools have advertised with them, so they will help you to connect you. They will even call maybe in front of you, are you still having space for this? Because normally the schools are starting April and October, so it's good to start doing it a year before your start, so they'll be asking that you will book your place ahead of time, and you will be sure I have a place, so they'll do maybe ask on your behalf, do it your admission on your behalf. So if you have such people, then it's something that is great. After you get this, you get the admission, you call in the school or you write an email. You'll be invited for a German test, because normally they need you to have a basic knowledge in the German language, and the languages are classified into categories. So they will need a basic language of the B1, the B1, or the B2, which is the. So most often you can do your training for 4 years instead of 3 years because of the language. But if you have your basic language up to this level I'm saying, you'll be invited by the school and given a short test. Most often this test is around that knowledge that you know. It's just an assimilation test for about an hour, and after you have an oral interview with the people who are going to interview you, depend on the school. Most often you are being admitted, because we know how there is shortage of nurses. So you'll be admitted, and then you have now a paper, a letter will come to you showing that you have been admitted. So this letter can actually help those who don't have resident permit to have a resident permit under Article 18, which is showing you are like students, education, you know, or doing a professional training. So this letter, you are going to use it to further this police report, which is the Polizeizeugnis. You will take the letter to the people, because on this letter you will have a name of the person or the office where this Polizeizeugnis is going to go to. It is going to go to the capital of the city where you are living, in the Ministry of Higher Education, called in Germany the Präsidium. You know, that's where there's someone in the Präsidium who is in charge of foreign students. That person is going to receive it on the behalf of the school. And so it's the people in that office that are going to send a letter to your school. They are sending a letter to where you were accepted to work, that you are fit for this. And if there's a negative report, and then that's the end of it, you are going to stop there. Means you can't do anything in this country, any social work. Any family doctor is going to give you a medical report in order to, because he has to prove that you are mentally and physically fit to study like any other course, you know. And then the Polizeizeugnis will be given. It's a proof of reliability. You are reliable, you know, to check all those things. So when you have done all these things, you are going to give it back to the school, like the Polizeizeugnis and hospital and all this. And there's a vaccine that you have to take. All these things, let me say, for example, if you are going to do the winter semester, which is starting October, you are supposed to be doing these things maybe around April, when the summer semester is starting. And while you're doing all these things, guys, you'll be doing you'll be working, you'll be doing some practicals where you were admitted, because you need to do at least 3 to 6 months of practicals, which is called Praktikum. That's a paper that after this month, the school needs it also in your file, that you have had a basic practical knowledge of what you are coming to study, so that you will not be blank. Especially for those of us coming from Africa, this thing is never a job, like taking care of the elderly people. It's not a job for us. Maybe some people who have worked in hospitals, things are not so new to them. So you are going to do it, you know, while compiling this document. So guys, as I was saying, I hope this information is going to help somebody. And make sure you share and like this video. Bye. See you in my next video.